Psalm 91, the power of God's protection. Welcome everyone. I'm so glad you've joined us today as we dive into one of the most powerful and reassuring chapters in the Bible, Psalm 91. Whether you're facing fear, uncertainty, or challenges, this psalm is a reminder of God's incredible protection and peace. Now quietly read verses 1 to 2. Part 1. The secret place of the Most High. What is the secret place the psalmist is talking about? It is not a physical location, but rather a spiritual position. When we trust in God and spend time in His presence, through prayer, worship, and studying His Word, we are dwelling in that place. It is a place of intimacy with God, a place where we can feel His protection and comfort. Notice that this protection isn't for everyone. It's for those who dwell in the secret place. This means staying close to God, living under His Lordship. It is not about visiting occasionally. It is about making Him your constant refuge. Part 2, the promises of God's protection. The next part of Psalm 91 contains some amazing promises of God's protection. Now read verses 3 to 6. What a beautiful picture of God as our refuge. Like a mother bird shelters her young under her wings, God covers us with His divine protection. He shields us from danger seen and unseen, whether it's sudden illness, fear, or physical harm. But here is the key. God's protection is anchored in our trust in Him. Verse 4 says, His truth shall be your shield and buckler. God's truth, His word, is what shields us from fear and harm. When we rely on His promises and truth, fear cannot take hold of our hearts. Part 3, trusting God even when it's difficult. This doesn't mean we'll never face challenges or hardships in life. In fact, Jesus said, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world, in John 16 verse 33. Trusting in God's protection means believing that no matter what we go through, He is with us and will deliver us. Not on our terms, but His. But we must just trust Him. Even when the world seems chaotic, we can have peace. Verse 7 says, 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. This is God's promise of personal protection. When we live under His covering, nothing can touch us unless He allows it for a greater purpose. Part 4, God's angels watching over you. One of my favorite parts of Psalm 91 comes in verses 11 to 12. And at this point, pause and take up your Bible and read up the verse. Isn't that incredible? God assigns His angels to watch over us and protect and guide us in all our ways. You are never alone. God's angels are always on guard, keeping you safe from harm. Part 5, conditions of God's promise. But here is the important part. These promises are conditional. The psalm begins with He who dwells. We must make a decision to dwell in God's presence and to trust Him completely. Now let's read verses 14 to 16. God's protection, deliverance, and long life come to those who set their love upon Him, who know His name and call upon Him in faith. Are you dwelling in the secret place today? I want to encourage you today as you hear this message. No matter what you are going through, whether it's fear, anxiety, or any difficult situation, trust in God's protection. Make Psalm 91 your prayer and declaration over your life. Dwell in the secret place and you will experience God's peace and covering like never before. If this message has blessed you, consider subscribing to the channel for more teachings that strengthen our faith. Let me know in the comments how Psalm 91 has impacted your life. Stay blessed and I'll see you next time.